Again, it goes back to documentation. Everything that she did throughout the year should be documented in writing. And if she doesn't personally document it, then it should have been documented. It should have been documented because she was sending emails consistently. And if she has been doing that and her performance was at a level that was beyond expectation or beyond the level of acceptability, then it would be very difficult for her supervisor to use a performance appraisal in a punitive way. So when that's done, it's because the employee who had it done to them was not prepared at the end of the fiscal year. They were not prepared for the outcome. Now, why was she not prepared? Because the writing was on the wall. How frequently your boss communicates with you tells you what's going to happen in the end of the year review. If your boss has many casual feedback conversations with you, you're likely to have a good performance review. You're also likely to be in an in-group. If your boss has very few formal conversations with you throughout the year, very few informal conversations with you throughout the year, and a few formal conversations, you are likely to have a problem on the end of year review. An end of year review should last 10 minutes. If you are in there for an hour and a half, it's because you are disagreeing with everything your boss said. And it means you're disagreeing with everything your boss wrote. And if you're disagreeing with everything your boss wrote, it means that person didn't communicate your deficiencies throughout the year. So you are shocked. So you say, where did that come from? No, that's not what I do. And so you have this back and forth banter. If your boss communicated with you all your deficiencies, all your opportunities for growth, all the good things that you did, then the review is going to look like this. So, Duane, we discussed this, right? So, I told you that you needed to work on your communication. We discussed it. Yeah, no, I know. Where do I sign? And that's the end. If for some reason you don't have many conversations throughout the year, that end of year review is going to be combative. 9 out of 10 times it's combative. And so if it's being used in a punitive way, it means you didn't insist on getting informal feedbacks throughout the year, and you didn't lead up. You didn't insist on your boss supervising you. You didn't force them to give you feedback throughout the year. Because it's your boss's responsibility to give you feedback, but it's also your responsibility to get feedback from your supervisor. So if you don't get the feedback, you have to ask. So, what else do I need to work on? Because I know X and Y is happening next year, and I want to move up to such and such. And what can I work on? So you need to force the person to give you feedback. And that way you could force them to give you positive and negative feedback, and then you could work on the negative feedback so then they can use the performance review in a punitive way, because you would have gotten the negative feedback early on and you would have been able to fix it.